I'm Fabrice Rousseau. I'm the General Manager for Alexa Skills and Voice Service in Europe. What does it mean? It means my team help developers take advantage of the voice revolution pioneered by Amazon Alexa. Customers are rapidly shifting in the way they interact with technology. They are more and more using their voice to control devices and access services, instead of using switches, keyboards, and touchscreens. Why? I think because voice feels much more natural. It's something we learn as we are a kid. By the time we are 3, we already are able to speak and so communicate with Alexa. And I'll tell you about my 3-year-old son a bit later in this presentation. So, how far are we on this revolution? What does it mean for you? I'll walk you through some of our recent progress and tell you where we see the biggest opportunities for developers like you. So, this is to change. Perfect. So, Amazon's mission, as we put it, we defined it 20 years ago, was to be Earth's most customer-centric company. That means we obsess about customers and are constantly looking for ways to invent on their behalf. And so a few years ago, the senior leadership team of Amazon had one of those big idea sessions. And they saw an opportunity to bring together several emerging technologies to create something magical. A computer in the cloud that would be completely controlled by your voice. Sounds a bit like science fiction, Star Trek. Well, this is what we launched in 2014, the Echo device. It became generally available in 2015 to all US customers. And suddenly, people were able to speak to a device from afar, maybe 3-4 meters, get their voice intent recognized instantly, and perform a series of actions flawlessly, like play music, get the news, set timers. This kickstarted a whole new segment of devices, smart speakers. So I think you all know about that. And we could have paused there. Like it's good for a company to kickstart a new market segment. But we saw a much bigger opportunity. We saw an opportunity for Alexa, the technology powering the Echo device. Because we thought we could make it available to developers worldwide so that they could build services on it. They could connect it to their devices and embed Alexa natively into their device. Our vision is that Alexa will be everywhere, sort of the fabric that connects customer with technology. You can think of Alexa as an extension of your brain. We like to say that brain has 2 sides. Like the left brain is your analytical one, always looking to be more efficient. Well, with Alexa, you can switch on your TV channel without having to look for the remote. Much more efficient. And then your right side, your right brain, the one that is more creative, will use Alexa to fulfill emotional needs, like playing some music to suit your mood, or connecting with friends. And this is true of all age and conditions. So I will speak to you about my 3-year-old son. What does he do with Alexa? Well, he now sets timer for 5 minutes when he wants to play a bit more before going to bed. That's his way of bending the rules in a way that I can buy into. And the other thing that he does is actually, when he's missing his grandmother, he just says, Alexa, call Baba. And magically, she appears. So similar to the brain, the technology that powers Alexa has many connected parts. There are 4 parts. You have a thin client of sophisticated hardware that identifies the wake word Alexa and processes sound. You have state-of-the-art machine learning algorithm that converts the sound of your voice into intent as an input to the technology and converts text into speech or graphics as an output so that you can hear back from Alexa. You have the Alexa brain, which is constantly improving. For example, this year we added speaker identification so that Alexa knows who is speaking to her and recognizes you and can say, hey, Fabrice, here are your news. And then you have the AWS cloud that powers the Alexa brain, making it independent of the form and location of the device. Machine learning, cloud computing also means that Alexa gets smarter every day. So it's still early on this voice revolution, but we are excited by some of the early results. Developers have created more than 30,000 Alexa skills worldwide, 3,000 in Germany, 9,000 in UK. Thanks to those skills, you can indeed order a ride, order a pizza, play a game, get local news. And we see that customer engagement with skill is increasing year on year. It's increasing 50% actually year on year. So think of it exponentially. You can also control your smart light or your smart thermostat. That's one of the key use cases, actually, controlling your smart home. Just to give you an idea, customers have already purchased tens of millions of those Alexa-controlled smart home devices. We talked about the Echo device. Well, now, Alexa comes in more than 50 form factors. You can see robots, lamps. Some of those devices have screens. That's actually one of our interesting discovery from this year, that, well, voice is great, but sometimes you need to see something back. And let me give you an example. When you're cooking in the kitchen and you have your hands dirty, actually, Alexa is great, because you can ask Alexa for a recipe, and you can have the list of ingredients. But think of a recipe with a list of 10 ingredients. It's a bit hard to swallow simply with Alexa telling the full list of ingredients. So it's actually good to have a screen so that you can scroll down and actually ask Alexa to scroll down the list. Now, customers might do that on the Echo Show, which is this product today that we designed for your kitchen. But what we think is that, well, maybe tomorrow, customers will do that on a screen on their refrigerator or on a digital photo frame. Actually, we don't know. Who are we to know? This is why we think developers will figure it out and customers will choose. Alexa is a very complex technology, but we are scaling it faster and faster to new language. We launched Alexa in 2014, publicly available in the US in 2015. It took us a year to come to British English. But this year, we actually launched Alexa on 4 new languages: German, Japanese, Indian English, well, including Hindi and regional language phonetics, Canadian English. And already this year, we've already launched the Australian English. And so that's only the beginning of the year. So I told you about the customer. That's actually what we look at the end of the day. To realize whether we are going in the right direction or not. And we are seeing 2 things. First, well, good news, we have more and more customers. We have 5 times more customers who have purchased an Alexa device this year. But the thing that gets us the most excited is actually that those Alexa devices, those Echo devices, received 100,000 5-star reviews. And almost half of them had the word love in it. Customers love Alexa. And even some of them say, Alexa is now part of my life. So that's why we think it's a revolution coming in. What does it mean for you? Well, our goal, like I said, I mean, it's open, it's self-service. You should build on it. And so our goal is to provide a rich set of tools and capabilities to help you give your vision a voice. You have basically 3 levels. Alexa Skills Kit, that allows you to add a small piece of software, adding capabilities to Alexa. Alexa Voice Service, that allows you to embed Alexa natively into your product, so that customers don't even need to own a different Alexa device. Your device is an Alexa endpoint. And also connected devices, which are devices controlled through Alexa. I'll talk more about that later on. To show you how committed we are to accelerate and help you succeed, last year we launched more than 100 new products, programs, and features to make life simpler for you. 2 examples. We launched the development kit for AVS, thus reducing product development cycle times by an average of 4 to 8 months. Another example, for skills, we launched a reward program for the most popular skill. As a result, some of our developers have already earned tens of thousands of dollars. So it's already a thriving economy. Basically, my message is, it's easy to start. Tens of thousands of developers have already published a skill on Alexa, and some of the most engaging skills took only a few weeks to develop. What to focus on? Voice is revolutionizing customers' behavior. So my advice to you is start with the daily usage, because customers can learn those usage more rapidly. Could be setting their smart home, getting the news, or solving daily problems, like getting to sleep. We were talking about mattresses. Actually, one of our surprisingly successful skills is nature sound skill. Actually, it seems like customers really need to relax, to focus, and help to fall asleep. And so this very simple sound, which is Alexa, give me a rain sound, is actually one of the most popular. Or in Germany, we had this interesting skill about garbage. Which garbage should I take out tonight? It's a complex topic to solve. And so our learning is that customers embrace those use cases that provide at least one of the 3 benefits that I will mention. It's either faster. Think of smart home. Well, it's much faster to say, Alexa, switch on the lights, than to pull up my smartphone, actually try to unlock it, find the right app, fidget through the app, find the right menu, and by that time I could have already gone to switch on the light with a switch. It could be easier. That's the example of recipes. Okay, yes, of course you could have recipe on your smartphone or on a book, but your hands are dirty, and so you're really providing value. And the third example is providing a unique benefit that comes from voice. And so that's the example I was giving with those relaxing sounds. This is something that you couldn't do. Another example is the Jeopardy game in the US. It's recreating the whole experience of the TV show. You even have the voice of the showrunner. So it's a very exciting experience. Another area to look at is all those APIs. Actually, we are building APIs for some of the best use cases, especially in smart home. So it's even simpler for you to build a skill. Think of our new camera API. If you have smart cameras, or just simply cameras, you don't have to design a specific voice interaction model for your smart camera. It's already built in and trained. You just need to connect your device so that customers have this magical experience. Like this customer is maybe cooking in his kitchen and checking on his kids in the kids' room. It's very simple. Thanks to this, in the smart home space, we have more than 4,000 smart home devices that can be controlled from Alexa, from 1,200 unique brands. We're focused on developers, but we're also focused on customers, making sure that we make it always ever more simple for customers to use Alexa. One example is routines that we launched recently. I'll tell you an example. Well, some evening, I sit with my wife and kids, and we want to watch a movie. Well, if I want to set the right setup for that, I need to ask Alexa to switch off the music, to switch off the lights in the living room, to dim the lights to 20%, to switch off the lights in the kitchen, to dim the lights to 20% in the living room, because actually we like to be a bit dark, but not too dark, and to turn on the TV. Well, all of that, I could transform that into a routine and say, Alexa, movie time. And you would get all of that in one utterance. You could, it's not only smart home, you could also do that in the morning when you say, Alexa, good morning. It switches off the right lights, and you get the news, maybe you get the traffic update, so that you have the perfect experience for all your mornings. And we're also looking into creating richer experience. In September, we introduced Alexa gadgets. That's one example of gadget. So those small buzzers are connected to Alexa. Why did we introduce that? Because we saw that Alexa customers were already playing trivia games a lot, like Jeopardy, Beat the Intro. It's very convenient. You have Alexa asking you questions and you answer, but actually, you would, when you play together, you would like a buzzer to say, I'm the first one to have answered. Well, this is what we introduced. And this is a new category of devices that are connected, that some big companies are already building on. So Trivial Pursuit, Jeopardy, Beat the Intro are already building on these devices, building great games around those devices. And you should think of it as a first step. Actually, you could even think of what great device you would like to create that customers can build on, and that even other developers might want to build on. You can also embed Alexa into your device so that it becomes an endpoint. That's what hardware makers are doing. I've picked 4 devices that I find really great, and I'll tell you why. First one is Sonos. Sonos, great company producing speakers, beautiful sound. I have plenty at home. Already had a skills connection to Alexa, so you can already control all your speakers with Alexa. But now you can buy the Sonos one, a speaker that already incorporates Alexa, so you can speak to this speaker. So you don't even need any other device. Just to give you an idea, Sonos One has been announced 3 months ago. It already has 700 customer reviews in the US, in UK, and Germany. And beautiful sound. 2 is Ecobee. Ecobee, smart thermostat. Well, smart thermostat is smart home, key use case for Alexa. They decided to embed Alexa in one of their devices, offer the choice of for customers to buy either a device without Alexa embedded and a device with Alexa embedded. Well, guess what? What did customers choose? They chose the second one, the one that with Alexa embedded. Third example is GE. I love this lamp. I think it's beautiful. I would like to have it in my bed, close to my bed. Because actually, the bedroom is one of the great use cases for customers. I was talking about relaxing sound. And so they found a form factor that I find even more inspiring than any other of the Amazon devices. And the fourth one is Anchor. Anchor has a reputation for building great product at an affordable price. Well, guess what? They came up with a product that looks very much like the Echo Dot, small puck, but it's actually 30% cheaper. And they did that working with Alexa voice service teams. So those are great examples of integration that are creating added value while meeting key customer use cases. Last slide. Well, I still have one after that. Last bet, I would say. It's Alexa on the go. So we've talked a lot about home use cases. We've talked about the living room, the kitchen, the bedroom. But now, where Alexa is going on the go. So we are partnering with earbuds manufacturers. But we are first and foremost partnering with car manufacturers. Recently, BMW and Mini announced that they will have Alexa on their new cars starting mid-2018. That's a big change. That means that in their BMW cars, customers will be able to enjoy music, news, but also all the skills we talked about. And so imagine, picture yourself in your car, and actually you can open the garage door, start recording the game that you are maybe about to miss, and maybe even start cooking the chicken that is in the oven. This is something that will happen. Or you could have also, when you're traveling with your kids, you could have your kids play a game because they are bored in your car. So I think it will open a lot of new use cases that will be very inspiring. And last, so we talked about the home, we talked about the car. Recently, we also announced Alexa for Business in the US. So that means you will use also voice in your professional life to solve daily needs. And so that really fits with this vision of having Alexa everywhere and being able to control devices, use services anywhere, anywhere, both at home and on the go. So, I hope I've convinced you that voice is about to revolutionize how customers interact with technology. It's still early day one. You can be a part of it and build your vision on this customer shift. I'd like you to keep in mind 2 points. First, integrating with Alexa is much less of an effort than what most people think of. The technology is complex, but there are very simple ways to integrate, and we are working hard to further to make it even simpler. And 2, there are already proven use cases around. So you can get inspiration from that. And there is also many more to invent as Alexa becomes available everywhere. So give your vision a voice. Thank you for your time.